This week's Look at Landscaping with your WSAZ lawn and landscape experts.
Hi, I'm Michael Payne with Brown Landscape Management, and today I'd like to talk to you about some of the drought conditions we're having, what's going on with your lawn, and what we can do to help. Our area is currently dealing with drought conditions. The dry heat with very little moisture has really affected lawn and landscapes. Some things you may be noticing is your plants starting to dry or wilt up and even drop leaves, or in your lawn you may be noticing brown spots that may look dead, weeds, crabgrass, other things like that that come with the drought. If you went outside and you've noticed that your lawn's turning brown, don't worry. It's going into dormancy. It's a defense mechanism that it deals with the drought. The main things you may be noticing is, in this area, there's three major types of grasses, which is your turf-type tall fescue, which is my favorite and highly recommended, Kentucky bluegrass, and then a fine fescue. There's big differences between each grass. Even though they're green, they look good when the proper weather conditions are happening. Fine fescue is a very thin blade of type of grass. It is beautiful when the weather conditions are wet, shaded, cool, because it's not being cooked by the sun. With it being so thin, it's unable to hold a lot of moisture, so therefore when we have these drought-like conditions, that grass will turn yellow. Another popular grass blend in this area is Kentucky bluegrass. It's nice, dark green, even looks blue where it gets its name. It is a very good grass that holds moisture, but when we come into a drought like this where there's not a lot of moisture and it's unable to retain those nutrients, it will turn brown as well, and you may notice it start to wilt over or dry out. And then there's turf-type tall fescue, which is my favorite. It is the thickest of the three grasses I've mentioned. It is the most drought tolerant, and it's the best for foot traffic, animals, and everything like that. But with the amount of heat that we've had, all three of these grasses have struggled to retain those nutrients and moisture and staying green. Most lawns right now that I've noticed, the grass that is green is their turf-type tall fescue. When we receive these drought conditions, your soil will get hard and compacted. If you ever go outside and you try to put your finger in the soil and realize you can't break that soil, that is a sign of compaction. Throwing grass seed down will not help, because if your finger cannot break that soil, the grass seed cannot as well. The number one thing you can do to help with this, which I do recommend waiting a few weeks and let the soil temperatures cool down, is aeration and overseeding. We bring the machine on your soil, we punch holes, which relieves the compaction of that hard clay where it's dry, and that allows moisture, nutrients, everything that it needs to get deeper to the soil to help your current root system of the grass you have recover and be nice and healthy. As we're doing the aeration, I also recommend overseeding. That helps plant new grass. We like to use turf-type tall fescue, but we can accommodate for any grass that you'd like to have planted. By doing so, that new grass develops a root down in that hole, so as it comes above the soil, it has about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of a root, which helps its ability to retain moisture, nutrients, and grow into a thick, nice, beautiful grass. If you're interested in aeration and overseeding, feel free to contact our office and we can get you pricing and get you scheduled for that service. If you have any questions about what I spoke about today, feel free to contact us by scanning this QR code or calling 606-928-0030. As always, have a wonderful weekend.